center of Eurasian continent, there is a country rich in history, traditions and customs.
Kazakhstan is a country of great opportunities and developing economic potentials.
Our team is from Kazakhstan Industrial Center.
You are welcome by
Enactus
Enactus Pavlodar State University. We've been participants of Enactus Kazakhstan for 3 years. We've got experience and together with our beneficiaries we moved forward.
This academic year, we have proceeded 8 successful projects. 3 of them were presented to you.
First project, the Allow project.
Innovations are the engine for progress, helping to make life more comfortable, eco-friendly, available, and at the same time develops country's economy. Nowadays, innovation action in Kazakhstan is 2% in comparison with other countries where this indicator is 80%.
Who works on this innovative project? The main inventors are university professors and the science workers. And why do these elaborations remain only as prototype on a paper? We have conducted research, and at this time we have met Mrs. Sholpan.
Ms. Sholpan Gaisaevna, a university lecturer, Having worked at university for 25 years, she devoted her whole life to work on children, but her salary was only $153, which is 2 times less than average salary in our town, that of $313. She has her own elaboration of products from recycled glass.
During 8 years, she was trying to bring her dream into reality, and what she liked most. At nights, when she was free from work, she was making decoration from glass on special small oven and then sold them to the local people. She brought up 6 children alone, and she couldn't let herself to make mistakes.
She had this fear to start own business. She didn't know how to run it, and she had no idea where to get startup budget.
Our first aim was to give Ms. Sadulova confidence and to show the opportunities of her project. Ms. Sadulova has gladly undergone trainings on business and the business correspondence.
Together, we studied project's requirements. No, Ms. Sadulova, neither our team had finances to launch their project.
We employed entrepreneur action. Firstly, we agreed with university about free space for the guild. Then we signed an agreement with enterprises to get glass waste.
This project was 2 years, and this year the question arose on production extension, and for this we needed to buy equipment.
We employed the opportunity of government support for women entrepreneurs over 15 years old. Ms. Sadulova participated in the program and won the scholarship with $10,000.
Having got the experience in project presentation, Ms. Sadulova applied for a participation in Startup Projects reality show with about 3,000 participants, and there she received 3rd place and won $15,000.
All of these grants made possible to buy necessary equipment and extend the production to 16 more types of products, from souvenirs to building materials.
We helped Ms. Sadulova to launch her own business, and this is brand new market for Kazakhstan, and for this we needed this is a brand new market for Kazakhstan. Her production recycles 10,000 of glass every year.
The pollution with solid household waste now is global issue because glass decomposes in 1,000 years and requires 1,000 hectares space every year. Each kilo of recycled glass is a contribution to reduction of the usage of natural resources, soil, and improvement of environmental situation.
The products are eco-friendly and available for population. With the help of this project, we create the culture of waste sorting system.
Ms. Sadulova works jointly with Employment Center. She teaches unemployed glass technology, marketing, sales management, and employed on enterprise.
Our project allows participants in local exhibitions such as Made in Kazakhstan and in charity fairs within the preparations to the upcoming Expo 2017, which will be held in our capital, Astana.
Now, Ms. Sadulova is a successful entrepreneur with the income of $1,529 per month. Her initial income increased of her profession 10 times. She uses secondary materials, produce available goods, employment culture, and sorting system.
Ms. Sadulova became an example for women of Asian countries. Get out of comfort zone and more confident, provided quality education for your children.
As a result of this year, More than 10,000 kilos of glass waste were recycled. The total revenue of this project is more than $38,000. 3 new job positions have been created. The production extended from one direction to 16 more.
This project aims to fulfill the following 7 UN Sustainable Development Goals.
The law is an opportunity that solves economic, social, and environmental problems. We don't stop on what we have achieved. We go further.
Next step is extension of project scale to launch glass recycling factory with a capacity of 200,000 kilos per day. Having recycling the past, we will create the future with a law. Next project is Startup Academy project.
Having faced Ms. Sadula's problems, we understood. With the same problems might have the majority of professors and science workers. We carried on with our research.
The problem of small demand on innovations is directly connected with the competition in the country.
The Startup Academy project is directly to develop innovative entrepreneurship.
There are key opportunities that help us to implement this project. Learning and beneficiaries wish to change lives.
We have worked out the program of 3 months and 5 stages of teaching entrepreneurship. We worked with university lecturers and science workers with first-time entrepreneurs and students.
Having learned the experience of implementing business accelerator in the world, examined the problems and revealing the needs, Enactus Pavlodar State University took the initiative and suggested university administration to create a business accelerator in Pavlodar State University, a platform where the new entrepreneurs will be born. Having got university's approval, we didn't stop.
Innovations as access to health, clean water, reasonable and eco-friendly products, education, and too many other things. These innovations can solve numerous problems, increase living standards of population, and also solve unemployment issue. This academic year, more than 200 people gone through Startup Academy, and we are going to tell you about one of our successful projects.
Kumais. An issue of unemployment is particularly serious in rural areas where 80% of population and more difficult to distribute, and special products, especially dairy products. 600 liters of milk remain not in demand daily.
Together with the university professors, we have created new product, an ice cream made from horse milk, kumis, new approach in distributing products. Currently, we are working with 5 families and their revenue is increased twice. We have told them to sell not raw materials but ready product. Now they are planning to extend their business and with this creating new job positions for people in villages.
We have told you only about our 1 successful project, but in total there are 15 successful projects that are implemented by 19 beneficiaries.
This project has positive evaluation from Prime Minister of Kazakhstan, and therefore we got opportunities to open Startup Academy in each university of our country.
We have created first university-based business co-working center in Kazakhstan. Now this place is a center of ideas generation.
The project has received international status. Now there are students from Nigeria, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, Afghanistan, and Ukraine studying in Startup Academy. Our aim is to spread this project as a franchise and teach entrepreneurial action to more than 10,000 people every year.
From our experience, we understood that it all depends, learning and teaching, because beneficiaries become confident, get out of comfort zones that are example for the others.
2 authorship certificates were commercialized.
The amount of financial contribution attract more than $41,000.
There are 15 projects.
The total revenue of these 8 projects more than $30,000.
21 job positions have been created by Startup Academy's residents.
Startup Academy is a special platform that teaches entrepreneurship, creates and generates new opportunities.
And our last project is Overcoming.
Nuclear tragedy is the Sibin-Palatinsk nuclear test site, which was one of the biggest nuclear sites in USSR. This site was located in densely populated region. 473 nuclear explosions that are 2,500 times exceed the power of atom bomb which was dropped on Hiroshima. There were 1.5 million of injured people.
Independent Kazakhstan became the first country among former USSR republics free from nuclear weapon.
The nuclear site was closed in 1991, but the consequences affected 3 generations people in Kazakhstan.
Their rate has risen 10 times. Average life expectancy has shortened at 7-8 years. In the village nearby, the nuclear cell children, mutants, and disabled people within the board pathologies are born.
Nowadays, the site's territory refers to our region. According to rankings, our region takes a leading position on the number of ill people and people with disabilities.
Dauren lives in one of the villages of Pavlodar region, located near the border of west side. Dauren has disability since birth. To become a sustainable citizen and be the real architect of your own fortune are perhaps the main goals of every human with special needs.
During 5 years, Dauren was trying to find additional source of income, but in fact, unemployment is an issue in rural areas, so he couldn't realize his potential.
The place where he felt is a needed rehabilitation center for disabled people Samal, which was opened under the anti-nuclear movement Nevada Semey. This center is located in a town, so he does want an opportunity to be there all the time, as well as other disabled people living in villages.
Unfortunately, not much work is proceeded with that category of people. Center gave the space for proceeding the project. On the first stage of project realization, 2,000 people were involved. And these are not only people with special needs, but people with an infantile cerebral paralysis diagnosis and autism. We have conducted with them, for them, trainings on social adaptation and protection. After that, having learned the needs and opportunities of beneficiaries, we started working with 60 of them on 4 particular directions that are
Social adaptation, instructing entrepreneurship skills, preparation to university entering, and employment.
We have conducted trainings on entrepreneurship, business briefing, psychological and law consultations were provided. Individual work was proceeded with the purpose of revealing potential. With project attracts maths, IT, history and English teachers for the university entering preparation.
After completing the course, we noticed that Dauren has a special interest in IT, gladly works with correspondence and the software programs.
jointly with the Entrepreneurship Development Fund, we helped with supplying necessary equipment and agreed with the city administration to create a printing shop in a village where Dauren lives. His printing shop became the first and only one in his region. Now his business is stable, develops every day, and he plans his future.
At the same time, while thousands of people with special needs live on allowances, Dauren earns money on his own, and therefore he gives opportunities to others for make living, as Dauren provides printing services in his village with population of 6,000 people. He solves problem services allocation, and with that reducing transportation expenditures for village residents.
We want to integrate the upcoming project in other business project of Enactus PSU to help in employment and the making our startup. Our project is planned for 5 years, aiming to involve more than 20,000 people with disability, ATP diagnosis and autism.
Nuclear test site's tragic destiny and 40 years of testing that fell on ordinary people, radiation background that appears to be still present, terrible genetic diseases that brought sorrow many families, and there must be a warning for all countries and succeeding generation. Unfortunately, we are not able to change the past. However, it's in our power to change the future of those people who suffered.
Project Avicami helps special people and change lives by their own.
With academic year, we implemented 8 successful projects. 3 of them are presented to you.
Our project, with 9 people involved, 4 directly involved beneficiaries. Beneficiaries' income is $38,655.
The Startup Academy project, with 209 people involved, 19 directly involved people. Beneficiaries' income is more than $30,000.
The Overcoming project with 2,060 involved people, 60 directly involved people, and the beneficiaries' revenue is $844.
There are 56 active team members.
97 directly involved people.
2,273 involved people.
2,538 hours spent.
The beneficiaries' income is more than $111,000.
4,929 teams' income.
All of these projects cover 8 of 70 UN Sustainable Development Goals.
We, Enactus Pavlodar State University, this academic year, we've made a long way trying to improve living standards for people in our region. When we all compete to improve lives,
We all win! We are Enactus!
Thank you for attention.
Hi there, Umesh from Pace Ventures. Your Startup Academy project is fantastic. Could you give us a few more examples about the 21 work positions that you've created?
Thank you for question. Замечательный проект Стартап Академия. Можете ли вы дать больше примеров проектов Стартап Академии, которые прошли акселерацию?
У нас есть вот проект Кумайс, который мы представляли. Этим проектом занимаюсь я уже 2 года. Я также пришел в Стартап Академию, прошел акселерацию и создал собственный бизнес. Поэтому я являюсь уже бизнесменом. Следующие проекты. У нас есть такие проекты, как АСАВУ. Это частная футбольная школа для детей в возрасте от 5 до 7 лет. То есть ребенок приходит, занимается, и следующий выпускается уже спортивную юношескую школу.
Okay. One of the projects, the first project that they presented, is Kurmais. It's his project. He's like entrepreneur, and he runs his small own business. The second project, he said, it's a private school for children, football school for children.
Для детей, которые...
Что-нибудь еще?
Следующий проект это ФЭЛ, это казахский национальный десерт.
Other project, it's Tafela. It's a national Kazakh dessert. It's like special product that they prepare it for selling. More projects, or it's enough? Это достаточно.
Wisdom Penny. Identifying the marginalized to have a project with them is wonderful. I mean, regarding the circumstances under which they were. But I want to know which organizations you work with on that particular project, Overcoming, and in what capacity?
С какой компанией вы работали, в партнерстве с какой компанией вы работали в рамках проекта преодоления?
Мы работали с детским реабилитационным центром «Самал». Мы с ними связались, работали с их детьми, помогали, проводили различные тренинги, коучинги. Нам помогали также менторы, которые приглашены в нашу стартап-академию.
They work with special organization. It's a center for rehabilitation. It's called Samal. And this organization is based in their city, in Pavlodar. And they invite some psychologists and some special mentors from that center, Samal. And with them, they providing training, some special session for these children.
Rohan from KPMG. In each of the projects, I've noted that you talk about the work positions. Can you tell us more about whether they're full-time, part-time, and salaried or contract, is the nature of these positions?
In all projects?
Yes.
Расскажите больше о условиях работы на тех рабочих местах, которые вы создали. То есть это part-time или это полный рабочий день, о зарплатах и так далее.
В проекте преодоления там есть неполный рабочий день, так как люди после детского церебрального паралича, например, они не могут работать, и вследствие чего они занимают неполный рабочий день. В остальных проектах, в стартап-академии, у нас уже полный рабочий день, так как предприниматели уже после окончания всех тренингов уже занимаются уже своим делом.
In the project Overcoming, there are part-time job because the people what they work there with disabilities. So because that's part-time. In other projects, it's full-time.
Hi, my question is regarding the project Allow. I'm just curious, the finances attracted, is that investment in the project that has taken place, or is that going forward to develop the larger factory?
Что вы делаете с инвестициями, ну то есть с прибылью, которую получаете, инвестируете это, вытаскиваете или инвестируете дальше в производство и хотите расширять это до такой фабрики?
Нет, конечно, мы же инвестируем в свое производство. В скором времени уже появится мини-завод, на котором будет производиться, соответственно, будет поступать больше стекла, то есть город будет чище и так далее. Будет больше производиться сувенирных материалов, люстр и так далее.
They invest all profit from this project because they want to, it's better to say reinvest all profit because they want to open a big factory and increase the number of recycling glass to provide more types of souvenirs, something for furniture, for example.
So love what you're doing with the Overcoming project. So I see that you have 60 people that are trained at courses. Is that going to lead or transition into employment for them in the future?
Вот с этими 60 людьми, будут ли они трудоустроены в будущем и какая с ними работа проделывается?
Да, постепенно мы их трудоустраиваем после прошествия определенных тренингов и определенных коучингов, которые занимает стартап-академия. То есть все проекты связаны между собой немного. И после того, как они закончат все тренинги, мы их стараемся трудоустроить даже в те же наши проекты и ищем им рабочие места, ну, соответственно, на неполный рабочий день.
Actually, all projects is connected to each other, and that 60 people, they are at the same time they participate in a startup academy. And after that, they plan that they will launch their own business or they will find a job with these new knowledges.